Hey guys, Mr. Graves here. This is the third video of the seventh video, so I still have four to go. Um, we're going to be talking about triangles and specifically missing angles and triangles. But before I continue, I need to make sure we understand the different types of triangles we have. So I'm going to first speak about the sides of a triangle, right? We know triangles obviously have three sides. I want to see if can I draw it? Yeah, I can. Yay. There. So obviously here's a triangle, right? Let's say I have on this side, I have a triangle here that's 5 inches, 5 inches here, and 7 inches on the bottom. This type of triangle would be considered an isosceles triangle. And the reason why it'd be an isosceles triangle because only two sides are equal. Okay, so we're just talking about the sides of a triangle, right? So isosceles triangle, only two sides are equal. Now I'm going to make another triangle. We're not enough. Yes, listen to my emo rock music. Now I'm going to talk about the fact when none of the triangles are the same. Like if you have 3 inches here, 4 inches here, and 5 inches here. Notice none of the sides are the same. So in this case, this is going to be as an example of a scalene triangle. And a scalene triangle, none of the sides are the same. Are the same. So to know, by the way, if you go back to that verse when I did, these two sides are the same. So I'm going to make that little line to denote that, right? But on these ones, none of them are the same, so I cannot really use any lines for the scalene triangle. Then I have one more triangle I'm going to do. Okay. Oops. And in this one, I can say if you have completely the same size, like 6 inches, all the sides here are the same, right? So in this case, this would be an example of an equilateral triangle. And an equilateral triangle, all the sides are the same. So I hope this really helped you guys out with doing all of this, okay? Let me add a new page. There we go, perfect. So now I can talk about angles now of a triangle. We talked about the sides before. Now we're going to talk about the angles of a triangle. And I'm going to, unfortunately, it's not going to let me do a different shape. It's just going to give me like, I have to make this in a way that's, I'll just do it myself by hand. That's fine. So let me say if I have something like this here. Obviously, it's a triangle because it has three sides. But let's say it has this line here, and this is 30 degrees here. 30, 60, yeah, and this is 60 degrees here. If I look at my biggest right here, that right there is a right angle. And obviously the right angle is equal to 90 degrees. And 90 degrees is greater than the 30 or the 60 degrees I have, right? And that makes this kind of triangle a right triangle. Get it? A right triangle. So that's when you have the biggest degree is 90 degrees in the triangle, it's a right triangle. Okay, let me see. Let me do another type of triangle. Like this. Let's say this here is 120 degrees. So that makes these are 30 degrees. Because remember, all triangles equal to 180. I'm gonna make sure I like put like a big old like check or something. So Since 120, right, is greater than 30 degrees, the two 30 degrees I have, because 120 and 30 is 180, right? All triangles add up to 180. Because 120 is the largest degrees, this makes this an obtuse triangle. Oh, I can't even spell triangle right. There we go, triangle. Okay, then I have one more type of angle triangle I have to talk about. And that is a triangle that literally has, and this is typically, I think I can draw this one out, can't I? Yeah, I can. So this kind of triangle here is an example of a where you have 60 degrees here, 60 degrees here, and 60 degrees here, right? So all of them have 60 degrees. Let me go ahead and write it out. All angles are 60 degrees. So since 60 is less than 90, that makes this an acute angle. So we have basically an acute triangle here. Now, before I continue on to the actual how to find the missing side of a triangle, I need to also, and just this is, I'll be a bad teacher if I didn't do this. Let me just get a different color, nice, bigger, different color. Okay, yeah, that's true. So, as you can see here, right, you have three different angles here on the right triangle. So none of the sides are going to be equal. However, look at the red triangle. Okay, on the right, on the red triangle, this side, oops, probably should use a different color. That's not good enough. There we go. The side adjacent opposite from 30 degrees over here, and the side opposite from 30 degrees over here, since these two angles are also the same, the two angles directly across from them are also going to be the two sides across from them are going to be the same. The same goes for the acute triangle. All of them are equal to 60 degrees, so all the sides are equal to all the angles. So all the sides are all going to measure to be the same. So that's something you need to keep in mind. It's one of the terms you're going to see when you guys get into geometry in high school, which I believe everyone is going to go to high school. Now, to find the missing side of a triangle, simply, you need to use the fact that all triangles, sorry about the bad music in the background, all triangles equal 180 degrees. That's what makes triangles so special, that they have their own like crazy set of properties. It's just math. So I'm going to do the fact we have 180 is equal to 65 plus 57 plus the question mark, I'm going to call it X. So if I add 65 plus 57 with my calculator, gotta save up as much time as I can, which is 102 plus X. And if I subtract 102 from 80, I'll get 78. And let's see if our answer actually checks out to be fine. Does that equal 180? This is 78. Let's see. I'm going to check my work in a different color. No, that's just being brutal to my own eyes. So 57 plus 65 plus 78. I'm going to check my work if it equals 180. So I'm going to do 57 plus 65 plus 78. Wait a minute. $57 plus 65. How's that 200? What am I doing wrong? 65 plus 57. Oh, it's not 102, it's 122. What the freak? That messes all of this up. I'm not going to go back and re-edit this video. No. Just not going to do that. I'm going to do 122 here. There we go. So 180 minus 122 is indeed 58. That's much better. I'm like, what the heck? That's how you can catch yourself on these, guys. So now I can check my work. So I'm going to add 57 plus 65 plus my answer 58. And let's see if it equals 180. I don't know. I have to check my work. So I add 57 plus 65 plus 58 is indeed 180, and my answer checks out to be fine. Now, number 2, again, they gave us this square. You guys know this is a right angle, and right angles are 90 degrees, right? So I'm going to do 180 is equal to the 90 degrees that is here, plus the 40, and this, I don't know what it is, the question mark, I'm going to call it X. So 90 plus 40 is 130 plus X. And if I subtract 130 from both sides, X is going to equal 50. Again, I can check my work in a different color. So I'm going to do 90 plus 40 plus 50 equals 180. I don't know if that does equal. 90 plus 40 is 130. Plus 50 is going to give me 180. So 180 is equal to 180. So this checks out to be just fine. Now, on number 3, again, same thing. I'm going to do 180 is equal to 20 plus 130 plus X. I'm going to call this question mark an X. So 180 is equal to 20 plus 130, which is 150. If I subtract 150 from 130, I'm going to get 30 as my answer. I have to check my work in a different color. So I'm going to check my work by doing 30. Oops, that looks so jacked up. 30 plus 150 plus 20 should equal 180 with a question mark. So 30 plus, is that 30? Okay, something's wrong. Oh, is that 150? It's 130. That's why. If I say no, it's 130. Okay, good. 130 plus 30 is 160. Plus 20 is a 180. So yeah, that checks out to be perfectly fine. There we go. Now on number 4, final one, and we're finally done with all this madness, right? I'm going to do 180 is equal to 50 plus 85 plus X. I don't know what the X is. So I know 180 is going to equal 50 plus 85, which I believe is 135. And to figure out what X is, I'm going to subtract 180 from 135. That should be 45, but let me check my answer. Yep, that's 45. And that should be my answer. But again, I can check my work in case I make mistakes, because we all make mistakes. So I'm going to do 50 plus 45 plus 85 should equal 180. So 50 plus 45 is 95 plus 85. Yeah, that is 180. Yeah. So that was this video. Thank God it's over. Remember, if you need me for tutorials, you can text me on Google Voice. And I will do the best I can to try to schedule you for 30 minutes. You guys take care. Have a great holiday season. I'll see you guys later, okay?